Hey everybody, it's Hussein Kabani, your favorite broker, and this video is dedicated to all of the sellers out there. And I'd like to talk to you about your property and listing your property and what not to do, I guess, over the past 6-ish months that I have seen, maybe a little bit longer, but like what not to do moving forward if you want to have a successful sale. Now, where I'm going to start off is that you trying to do everything yourself. Sure, if you have the expertise or the background or you can pull it off or you got buddies that can help you and you can keep within a timeline to get things done, then by all means, go for it. Save yourself as much money as you possibly can. But if you feel like your schedule is restricted, whether you got work or commitments or kids or whatever else is going on, and you simply don't simply have the skill set to actually do it, I suggest right now, if you're gonna sell, then hire somebody, look around, get quotes, and get somebody in here to actually help you out and get it done and get to the market as fast as possible. Now, there is one situation I've been kind of keeping an eye on where someone wants to sell a house since end of December into January, and I gave them a certain figure for this property, but there's a lot of work that needs to actually be done into this property, and I suggested like, hey, we've got some contacts, get some quotes, let's get this done. No. They're insistent. They're gonna handle it themselves. It's a waste of money coming in, paying somebody, $700 to rip out all the carpet and dispose of it. It's a waste of money. The disposal is only gonna cost $200. I can go ahead and rip this out. Well, I don't think that carpet's still come out yet. It's been 5-6 months. I don't think the carpet's out. These are the things that are actually stopping people. And in that time frame, what's happened is when I go back and redo the pricing on that, the property's probably gone down about $50,000 from the beginning of the year till right now. So instead of spending $10,000 on possibly getting it done, I don't even think it would have cost that much to get all of that done, because you want to save a few $100s, a few $1,000s, it just ultimately costs you in the longer run. Speed to action right now, when you want to sell your property and getting it done correctly is everything. Even if you go and do it yourself, right? And it looks amateur-ish, there's so many properties out there. When a buyer comes in over here, they're gonna be like, I don't want any part of this mess. Like if the surface of it looks like this, imagine what's inside of it. That's what's gonna be their logic. I think that if you're gonna list your property, let's get it done correctly, let's get the right people in there to help you. Yeah, it's gonna cost you a few bucks up front, but in the long run, I think you're actually gonna be better off. Another similar situation like this is another property that I've seen on the market. This person contacted me back in 2020, and this saga has been dragging on for this long. Not motivated to sell, whatever. But in 2022, end of 2022, got super motivated and still wanted to go after the neighbor's property, which sold for north of $2 million. And they listed it at that number. Now you guys already know, because you follow me and watch me, that in 22, in February, March, this thing all came down, right? So like whatever sold in that time frame, you can't comp to that price at the end of 22. Like you're way off at that point, right? But this person listed at the end of 22 and wanted to kind of get through that. Still tried it in 23, didn't work out, was still living in the property, then got another agent, tried to put it up for lease, didn't feel comfortable leasing it out, then got that same agent to listed it way too high again. During that time, transitioning between agent 1 and agent 2, they still interviewed me, still gave me a shot at it, but whatever pricing and commission packages I was telling them, they were not willing to accept that at that point. Mostly because maybe my commission was slightly higher than the other guy. And now this person has called me back again and said that, hey, we need to actually sell this property at this point right now. But I'm giving them a number that's about $150,000 less than what I told them 8 months ago, 9 months ago. And now they're still saying, okay, fine, the number is a lot lower, and they're still pressing me on the commission part of it. But to me, it's just like, hey, you don't want to use my service for, maybe it's going to be $7,000 to $10,000 more than the other person, but you were willing to lose $150,000 on that property. To me, those numbers don't add up. It doesn't make sense. So in this case, having an expectation for something that's not possible, like if you do a market comp, like I look at it as a buyer. If I took a buyer to that neighborhood, showed them that property, and I was come back and say, hey, what have other properties sold for? And I don't look at other listings that are on the market. I will look at them, but I don't really put too much weight on them when I'm coming up with the actual value for a property because they haven't sold. Somebody could be listed at $2 million, but they could be really worth $1.6 million. So it doesn't matter to me what they are, but I want to be aware of what they are. But what I'm really concentrated is on the sales. So if you're not matching up to what the comps actually are, the comparable sales in the neighborhood, and you're not running with that, you're gonna be in for a lot of pain right now because it's gonna be a race to the bottom. anytime this person goes to adjust, they're only adjusting to where they should have been 30 days ago, 45 days ago. So they're always behind it. I would call it they're always the bridesmaid, never the bride, when they have a strategy like that. So the next thing I want to tell you guys is don't be lazy. If you want to put your house on the market, don't be lazy and say, buyers will overlook that. Oh, that's not really important. I really don't need to have staging. No, you need to do all of these things, okay? We got 32,000 listings on the market right now. Do you know how quick buyers look at listings online? It's faster than AI, guys. It's way faster than AI. It's click, 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 click. If it doesn't make sense to them on the first picture, in the first millisecond, it doesn't make sense to them, they're off, they're gone, because there's more listings. They don't need to come and see your house anymore. This is not 2021, 2020, beginning of 22, when we had 4,000 listings on the market, guys. This is 32,000 listings on the market. They're just gonna click away and go away. You're not gonna see these guys. They're not gonna come to your house. So if you're overpriced, your house doesn't show well, and you haven't done the right things to your property, forget about it, they're not coming. Now, just going back to that point again, small things, guys, make a difference, okay? You have dirty baseboards, you need paint on your walls, you need to have your house cleaned up, you need to move things out, you need to make your place presentable. No one is gonna overlook this. You have a tenant in that property and they have restrictions on showings, I'm sorry, you're not gonna get the showings anymore. So you really have to be very cautious about listing your property, because if you're gonna turn around and wanna really sell your property, you better take all of these things into account right now, because the longer that you don't take account of these scenarios and don't execute on the plan properly, you're just losing dollars in the long run. Now, if you're a seller and you're like, hey, I don't wanna make any of these mistakes, well, what I have done is I've come up with a list of things that you can actually focus on for yourself. If you want this list, shoot me a DM, send me an email, book an appointment on my calendar, and I'll be more than happy to just give it to you guys, okay? And you don't have to work with me. I'm not asking for anything from you. If you just want a simple list of, hey, what should I be focused on? Ask me for it. I'll give it to you guys. I hope you guys got some value out of this video. So please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. We always have real, authentic, genuine, real content on here. So there's no fluff. So subscribe if you want real content about what's going on. Also, share it with your friends. If they're thinking about listing, they already signed a listing with somebody, I don't care. Send this video to them. They should be aware about what's going on over here. And most importantly, like this and come back for more. Until next time, guys, remember one thing, get Kabani, get sold.
Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold.